this before, right? I believe Falcon was the one who actually used the Aerith and the Granger combination, but that time it was actually the Lunox and the Granger. Lunox in the gold lane. With this combination, yes, there's a lot of lane prio just based on how fast you clear the waves. Mid lane by the Eve and the gold lane on the Herod. With this composition too, you still need that physical damage, and hey, Granger works, right? So I'm looking at it too. I'm thinking about the Granger, but the Martis is to be banned out by Team Hawk. You're also seeing the Hilda ban, which again is setting up for that just vulnerable jungler, but can be the Granger.
Yeah, no, you respect the Min, right? You respect Min. The way that he plays. But now that we've been talking about the Granger so much, the one big danger that he has is if the peel for Team Hawk melts quickly, the whole dive versus dive situation just crumbles for them if they have a Granger jungle. Because you're still a marksman. You have to still consider yourself as a marksman and protect yourself. Now going into the picks after the cool friend, the Hayabusa get banned, is the Granger still looking good?
I think it is. I think it is. I mean, like, all the diver banned. The thing about it is, Chow most likely is use it as a support, as a roam position, right? Banning the Hilda is just like, okay, it might be a flex, but we don't care. We don't want any pressure into the jungle at all. So this is giving you a strong signal at this point. We don't want any dive, we don't want any assassin. We want the hyper carry in the jungle. Now, which one are they going to go with? YSS, Roger, all those characters are kind of falling off in early game damage now. But Granger, if you scale into the late game, it can actually one-shot any character from the side of Team Hawk.
Yep, that's what I was going to say. Like, for Echo here specifically, right? Yeah. I think I just got on the same page as you guys.
Yep.
Maybe Echo, maybe Carl Teasy, right? But with a Ling on the other end, can it go fast enough?
I mean, it's because right now, if Echo just goes for the Granger, right, you are going to be very vulnerable to the dive that Ling and Cho have. Thing is, though, you're not the sole damage dealer. If you do get targeted, you still have that Zaman Force on the Herod, you still have the Yi, and no Granger. It's the Yi Sun Shin from Carl Teasy. First time at M4. My goodness.
It's a debut. It's a debut alongside the Ruby. So
wow.
I'm guessing that's the roamer. Ruby in the hands of Yaoi.
Oh,
Yusin Shin, we mentioned how possibly he could be on the decline, but he did get a little buff in the last patch.
And also, I want to say something about the YSS. This character, the reason why it's not as good as hybrid character Granger is because the meta is heavily focused on tank. But if you look at Team Hawk, there were squishy characters, right? Yeah, Chow might be a little bit tankier, but Valentina Claude, especially when Claude jumps onto the YSS, he might just jump into his own demise.
Yeah, and also, he got a rework where in his passive, there is now a built-in movement speed, so he can help kite.
Yep.
Oh, man, I don't know, though. Personally, I've tried the Yusun Shin. I'm no Carl Teasy, but it did not work, man. No damage. Even though I just scaled off to the late game, I got all of my items level 15. Again, no Carl Teasy. I'm not a Carl Teasy, but did no damage.
Full disclaimer.
Full disclaimer. I'm no Carl Teasy.
But were you also going against like 2 tanks on the other side?
Yeah, I was up against a lot of dive. That's why I did nothing. I just can't dove on, but I did not have a Yaoi peel as well. So, Yaoi on the Ruby.
Last pick, Phoveus. On paper, it looks amazing. I'm liking it because, again, you have a Yusin Shin with that passive you want to trigger, the Harith.
Ruby.
The Ruby. Yuzhong has a nice dash in there built into his kit.
Yep.
Is this trouble?
I think it is.
For Echo? Are they going to crumble under the demonic force?
Well, the demonic force is going to be a massive weapon that they can use, but look at the crowd. This is a weapon that both teams can use. The support coming in by both Echo and Team Hawk as we get ourselves ready. Let's hear it once again. Tennis indoors and Nyan for Team Hawk and for Echo in game number 4.
As both sides now walking into the game. Both teams are trying to get as much vision as they can. They both play really aggressive. Look at Min, looking for vision immediately. And by the way, that's a sexy Ruby skin right there.
Yep,
I wonder what it is.
The Aspirant skin, released a month ago, and you just gotta grab it. I think the timer's running out on that. Go get it. Now, look at this aggressive move by Min. Checking in. Can he get trapped in by Yaoi and Sanji?
Uh-oh, it's also a lane swap. Once again, the Malaysian swap here. As Min jumps in, is able to actually buy some time here, flickers out to safety.
Wow, I mean, already really aggressive. It's Min. You know, yes, he's getting cornered by 3 people, but remember, it's Min, right? He's unkillable. When he roams around like that, and now he's getting so much vision, he knows exactly where everybody is. You can see Ling is finding the invade, and that's the value Min brings on the table. Because you know where enemies are, majority of them, that gives Ling so much rotation options. Here we go.
Uh-oh, that's gonna be Min taking low. First blood over to Carl TZ. Gary's not level 4 just yet, has to wait a bit, and Carl TZ so far is doing really good. Gary, though, finally gets level 4, doesn't decide to commit. Carl TZ follows through with a Mountain Chakra, now revealing everyone on the map, too.
Impressive target acquisition by Carl TZ here. M2 Grand Finals MVP. You saw how he knew that the orange wouldn't reset, and then he just picked off Min and then moved on.
Wow.
Yeah, very accurate. Now 15 seconds before the turtle. Min is level 3. We have about 3 level 3s right here, actually, from the side of Hack. And you have more, I think, the same thing, about 3 level 3s from the side of Echo. It's a completely even game so far. Now, with the late game skilling, like YSS, this is looking good, actually, to the favor of Echo.
It's just, again, right? Team Hawk were trying their best to invade an enemy team, but it actually just gives Echo a bit of an edge, because now Carl TZ, he got a first blood. Sanford as well on that winning lane, able to get to the turtle side first. The mid control is fully controlled by Echo, and this is where you start to question, is this Yi Sun-shin going to actually snowball?
Is this going to change the landscape of our metagame? But again, it's been, what, 2 minutes and a half? 2 minutes and a half, we can't say exactly that Yi Sun-shin is the new hotness again.
Not yet.
Some people like the meta, some people don't, but to me, the meta is just versatile, right? I mean,
I agree.
Is it going to change? We don't know, because everything is possible. Like, you can have hyper carry jungle, or you can go to the goal lane. Here we go on the top side, though, Sanford.
Lola going to be able to bring him back now. The Black Force is ready, and that's going to be a knockup by the Tempest of Blades. Good kill over to Gary. Lola just funnels it back onto Gary for more damage so that he can actually dive in towards the Yi Sun-shin later.
And just as Min has done throughout all games in this series, he's doing so much. He's moving around. You never really know where that show is. And I think that's what makes these two-man engages from Team Hawk so scary, because you're never sure if the Cho is around. You're never sure if Min is around. And look at that. Quickly making work. They converted from that 1 kill on Sanford into a turret.
3 minutes in, by the way.
That's an early tower. And again, a lot of people don't see this, but I'll give a lot of credit to Min for giving the vision so Ling can roam freely to find the kill on the top side and then move that to a tier 1 tower 3 minutes in. That is absolutely insane, because even though the gold looks very similar, there's not too much gold differences right now, but open up the map will open up the snowball. And that's the word, that's the focus of this series.
Yep, about 20 seconds away from the second turtle. Might be more room for Team Hawk to do it, because again, they did pop that left part of the map for them. The top lane, tier 1. Bottom lane, though, what's Benny Cutie to do against Panda, given that they have gone back to their natural lane?
Yeah, now look, the second turtle. YSS already moved the turtle to the blue side. Here we go.
Min gonna be able to jump in now. Look at the Kundo and the way the Dragon to bring Yaoi back, but it's gonna be Sanford who finds a Petrify onto 3. Gary gets a Tempest Blaze onto Yaoi, finds a kill. Sanford still on the back line, knocking man up, but Gary picks up the turtle and goes back in on the Carl TZ with a double kill now onto Sanji. He's looking for a triple. He dives in under the tier 2, but he's not gonna be able to find it. Sanford still hunting. Lola getting out. Gary dashing out of the wall, but Furious Dive follows it through. Gary's still gonna be able to actually get out Sanford, now caught in a bad situation as he's 1 HP, and that's the kill picked up by Lola. The passive does its thing, and it gets a trade for Sanford, but that is value for Team Hawk.
Oh my god, what a team fight there. You can see the value from the Demonic Force in that team fight in full display. We talk about what to do about this ultimate. You don't really have much choices right now at this point. You just have to wait for Lola to wait out the ult, you bait it, you dash, you commit a team fight, do the poker face that Echo like to do, right? Go bait out a skill and then just wait. I think that's probably the only option you have.
So far, Team Hawk has grown into this series. They are ahead about 2K. Min admitting to the fact that ever since Team Hawk was formed under MPLMY, they were gunning for M4. Imagine that, being a qualifier squad, going straight to becoming champions, competing at the world stage. They catch Yaoi.
Yaoi also getting brought back by the I'm Offended, terrified down. Min still looking for one more knockup. Yaoi not able to connect his own I'm Offended. But in the enemy jungle, Carl TZ is gonna fall, and this was exactly why we thought it's not gonna work. Gary!
Oh!
Super fast hands as he just styles out of there.
What a style there. I mean, just changing skills. And Carl TZ is definitely falling off, right? You can feel that he doesn't have the damage or the survivability. If you don't have the support from Yaoi, it's going to be a problem. And here we're going to bottom side. You can see, thanks to the advantage they got from the jungle, they're able to push a bottom tier 1 tower. Oh, here comes the hook.
Yaoi gets the I'm Offended. Panda still able to get out with the BMI. That's going to be the way Dragon popped in by Min, but it's going to be 2 members taken down. Make it 3. Someone else fell on the other side of the map. Wow, what a fight that was forced in by
Dance Circle out in the stands. But as we speak, Team Hawk back into their dominating ways here in game number 4. 6 minutes in, no turtles so far after that first one for Echo. So I can only imagine what Carl TZ is feeling. Is this the Yushin Shin you were talking about, Mirko?
Yeah, I mean, again, based on my experience, I've played like 5 games on the Yushin Shin, just trying. Yeah, the new Yushin Shin in this patch, right? And even when I get the late game, even when I get a few kills early on, I just don't deal as much damage as you would normally do. And now with just Panda also scaling up, I feel like Carl TZ might be losing to every single damage-dealing member from Team Hawk later on, even in the late stage when he has full items.
Yeah, not only do you lose on damage, you also have to consider all the ball controls going to be diving you. And speaking of dive, bottom lane, Gary is definitely playing the carry role at this point. I mean, just finding push after push, and now Mountain Shocker, it's just way too much.
And the siege as well, you can see.
Every tower.
Yep, THQ still in control, now 3K ahead, almost 8 minutes in. Let's check out the items, exactly what is Benny Cutie building up towards. Because, again, this is the one point I think that Echo is ahead on, right? That gold lane matchup.
5,700 gold compared to the Claude, which is still standing at 5,500. Honestly, looking at it right now.
Look at the Ling though.
Yeah, the Ling.
3.5K ahead.
3.5K go ahead.
And look at the itemization, right? He went for the Berserker's Fury into the Windtalker, and now, if he gets that Endless Battle, man, Echo's gonna have a hard time, even if they have Yaoi to peel. That's so much damage, and even true damage coming off the Endless Battle.
Yeah, this is only gonna be scary and scary as Team Hack continue to extend a control in the game. 12 seconds before Lord. The thing about the Ruby pick is, Ruby's early game is really not that strong. They're not too much CC, they're not too much damage, and you can't really check vision because it's not that tanky either. So you can see now Ruby, unless he lands that hook, he's not going to be a primary tank. If you match that with Cartesi, who's also squishy, speaking of squishy, here comes Team Hack.
Uh-oh, that's going to be the Demonic Force on towards Sanford, who pops into Black Dragon form. Min, so trying to disrupt, that's the I'm Offended, only connecting onto Min right now as he's going to be melted down, but that's going to be Sanford picking up the kill onto Panda. Man, able to trade that back as Lola still caught in the midst. Demonic Force buying a little bit of time before he gets bursted down by Benny. Killing Spree popped in, that's a 2-for-1, but Team Hawk find Lord.
Team Hawk won that trade, I believe it was worth it. A little too messy, but Echo are finding what they need to find on the map to eventually get back into this game, shrinking that huge gold lead. It's a astronomical lead that Team Hawk has, especially on the team members that matter. But so far, I just noticed now, man, almost 10 minutes in, Echo only pushed 1 turret.
Yeah, again, it's all about map control, right? In the first 3 minutes, we saw not too much gold differences, but because the first tower got taken down, that quickly snowballed into bottom tier 1, the top tier 2. Now with Lore coming in, even though the Team Hawk lost 2 people, Team Echo couldn't push a singular tower. Now the mid-tier one's gonna take him down because of all the aggression coming to the jungle.
Oh, Carl TZ is gonna be assassinated there. Man, 1 HP, Sanji finds the damage, but Gary's gonna be able to actually get out. Lola now under the turret, jumps over the Demonic Force, not able to find Yaoi, jumps in once again. Gary finds the kill, Panda jumps in with the flicker too, but it's not enough. Benny and Sanji get out. It is a tier 1 turret taken down by Team Hawk as Gary looks to try to look for the base turret now. Sanji coming in, that's the base turret passive, and Gary needs to back away. Tier 2 now in the mid lane, gonna be targeted down and sieged down by Team Hawk.
That's a clean capitalization by Team Hawk of that small win. Again, 3 for 3 across the board. I'm feeling the problems with the Yisun Shin now. Again, you have the Yisun Shin, you have the Harith. They both need to hit their opponents for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
They're pure DPS. So the box that Sanji's setting up doesn't seem like it's enough.
Yeah, and also they need to scale. But if you think about how much pressure Chao is giving on the map, it's not allowing them to scale, right? Ling is able to split push, find more tower, proc the high ground. The high ground tower is passive as well. I mean, this is too much pressure from all over the map from Team Hack, and it seems like the draft that Echo has is not paying them any dividends.
I agree. I was one of the first downers towards the Yisun Shin, right? The damage, even towards the late game, based on my experience, isn't enough to really become that hyper carry.
I was willing to give it the benefit of the doubt, given that it was a nice way to kind of, stop the whole Valentina situation. It's a DPS hero that, yes, it does provide vision, but it's not a game changer when it comes down to a team fight. But yeah, again, it might have been a concept that needed more time in the oven, might have needed more reps. But we'll see if there is a comeback, because it's not over quite yet. There's still inhibitors standing for Echo.
Yeah, and here we go. Gary split pushing again. And he's not pushing that much. He's not completely shoving the wave. He gives the wave a gentle tap, and this allows the wave to accumulate. And then Ling, thanks to the mobility, is able to roam to the Lord almost immediately. So now, again, Team Hack has control over the map going to the Lord fight.
Again, it's that wave control from Team Hawk, right? They're able to actually slow push the waves, and they're going to be able to create so much pressure onto that XP lane where Echo is not really going to be able to respond to either play. There's always that split push threat with the Ling, and also that Lord take that's is constantly threatening Echo. And Echo, at this point, need to choose one. Or maybe they need to just defend at this point. Even if they go for a 5v5, it's not a 50-50, it's more of a 70-30. As it stands.
Yeah. Most things that Team Hack have their eyes on come for free. That's what this 4K gold lead is giving them. Ooh. And for Echo, as you mentioned, it's a hard decision. Like, I wouldn't even know where to begin. Dave.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I don't know what to begin, but here it comes.
Yowie with I'm offended finding Gary and Min, but Gary's going to be able to get out, but that's going to be a lot of damage placed on the back line. Panda flickering out, man, going to fall. But the demonic force now by Lola, over towards Benny with one more coming down. It's a 1 for 0 for Echo. They bought a bit more time, but look, again, Echo, they lost a lot of HP there. Now it's still, despite that pick, going to be Team Hawk who has more pressure on the Lord. But Echo, they're using this man advantage really well, forcing it instantly.
Speaking of when you don't know what to do, it's the decision making. Like how decisive can you be? How fast can you make your decision and execute on it? That's gonna make the difference, right? You saw Yowie jumped in with the hook, and that made a whole lot of difference. But that difference is quickly minimized as Hack's now making a move on the Lord again.
4v5, it's gonna be the retreat battle. Gary wins it. Carlteasy gonna be kicked down, locked up by Minus. Panda jumps in with a blazing duet to the back line. Benny, now in the midst of it all, jumping back and forth, getting a kill, getting shut down though by the likes of Panda. Min still surviving, his stats gonna be Sanford running away. The Furious died by Man, as that's gonna be enough to lock him down. 4 for 1, Team Hawk on a run now to equalize in game 4.
Oh no, this looks familiar. It's just one defender left. Yowie's gonna take about 5 or 6 seconds before he can come to help defend. Sanji puts up the ult. Will Lola fall? Nope. All right. No. I think Echo's still in this.
Yeah.
Sanji still dishing out damage, poking them down. Mid lane base server gonna fall. BMI popped in back. Yowie very close to getting that I'm offended. But like you mentioned, Leo, not enough just yet. Team Hawk back away.
Now, if the Lord come close for the charge, that's another free high ground tower. And remember, all at the same time, bottom wave is slowly accumulating towards the high ground of Team Echo. Team Hawk, all they have to do is push the Lord in. Can they do it?
Benny QT finds a massive pick, and that's 2 on the board. Benny is 8-1. He is single-handedly stopping the end from Team Hawk.
Is this the key to victory? At this point, it's all on Benny. Can you find the crucial kills onto Panda, onto Gary, because only him has the damage to do it. Carlteasy is still not there yet. He's level 15. This is a miracle. This is your situation. Can you find the damage? Now, the good thing about YSS is also the ultimate. The Mountain Shower gives you so much vision, which allows you to know, okay, is the Ling split pushing? How do we answer this? That's the benefit of YSS. And here comes the dive.
Temper the blades. But that's Yaoi ties it to perfection. Yaoi with an absolutely insane I'm offended to catch Gary.
Ruby is one of the natural predators of most assassin junglers that have high mobility. And right here, we're seeing the rubber band effect. They're shrinking that gold lead. Now at 2K, they're going to make a play here in the jungle, trying to go for that main artery, that mid lane tier 1. So far, Echo not out of the woods just yet, but we're seeing signs of life.
Yes, and also, Yaoi has a flicker now. That's even a bigger threat. If Yaoi before the flicker have to only play knowing where Ling is, knowing how your jungler play, but now he can actually engage like the lore fight previously.
Oh, that stopped the
Here
conceal. Min looking for an engage as Lola jumps in with the demonic force. Min flickering forward. Yaoi doing the same thing as Dasby Sanford splitting them back. And Lola and Min, they're isolated from the team. This is it. Min losing the immortality, but it's going to be able to actually get away. That's a disengage coming in with Gary rotating again. Benny, 1v4 in the midst of it all. Still surviving. And they're stopping Team Hawk's engage.
The storm, the typhoon, the hurricane.
Wow.
5 members of Team Hawk, enough time to buy for Echo to defend. And we are sitting at dead even.
Now this is a deja vu because Team Hawk has a tendency to go a little bit of sloppy in the mid to late game, right? Sometimes we saw that being punished heavily in the previous games. And this is a series, this is the moment where they have to hold steady and go for the next objective. You saw Chao, right? You had Min and Lola jumped in by themselves, disconnected from the team. That's very uncharacteristic of Hack, who plays very disciplined most of the time in the entire series so far. Here we go.
Yaoi again finding Panda, but Panda's going to be able to actually dash out. Benny again, looking for the damage right now. The Blazing Duet will be popped. Gary to the back line as that's going to be the Demonic Force popped in as well. Yaoi with no I'm offended cannot actually peel for his team. Lola, Demonic Force once again onto the back line, onto Carl Teasy, but still going to be able to kite away. You can see the damage being placed on. Lola still surviving for a bit longer. Carl Teasy finally finishes him off, but Sanford falls as well. Both of the XP laners have been taken down, but the real world inflation comes down. Yaoi missing with I'm offended. Team Hawk still trying to get an opening here around the Lord. Yaoi gonna be taken low. Min on the flanks. Panda in the mid lane, looking for the base. Right now, Gary jumps in, helping the mid laner out. Carl TZ finishes Min off, using the mountain shotgun to buy some time on the mid lane. Will be pushed in. Team Hawk with one cannon minion. Carl TZ walking down. They're getting it. Gary and Panda will end the game to equalize against the tournament favorites.
A taste of their own medicine. Echo loses game 4 at the brink of a reverse sweep via a backdoor split push play by Team Hawk.
Oh my god, what a play. The Echo style onto their own base. That is insane. Now, when we saw the Panda go in there, Eve responded, but Eve alone is not enough because Hawk has a Ling.
They had the tools.
What a series, man. That's all I have to say. What a series.
They had the tools, they had the setup, and again, Echo, at least at this point, they knew that it was possible, but they just could not respond fast enough. That's what the